After a weekend full of record spending and, of course, today, Cyber Monday, countless purchases online, why are stocks like Target, Macy's, and Saks suffering? Probably because of fears of going over the fiscal cliff.
Yeah, and now that the Thanksgiving holiday is over and the deadline to make a sequestration deal is looming, the lights are burning at the Capitol tonight, and that's where we find senior political reporter Scott Thuman. Scott, you've been following these negotiations all day. What do you know?
Well, Gordon, Maureen, 4 hours ago, the Senate reconvened here. Tomorrow, the House will. So the work will begin in earnest. And they've got plenty to consider, including this new report out by the White House, which includes some pretty daunting figures.
On a day best known for boosting the economy, Cyber Monday was also threatened, says the White House, due to that fiscal cliff and shoppers' fears that we'll all take the plunge.
The stakes are high, and we need to address this in a serious way.
As stores were reeling it in, the White House was blasting out this report. It says economists now estimate that if there's no resolution, not only will the average family face another $2,200 in taxes next year, but will spend less at stores, $200 billion less, the equivalent of 4 Black Friday weekends.
We need to look back no further than last year, when Congress didn't raise the debt ceiling in an orderly fashion, at what happened to consumer confidence.
Some key Republicans seem willing to compromise.
I will violate the pledge, long story short, for the good of the country, only if Democrats will do entitlement reform.
In turn for reforming programs like Social Security and Medicare, several Republicans say they'd let taxes go up on wealthier Americans, going against no tax promises to lobbyist Grover Norquist, who says those Republicans could jeopardize their careers.
If you want to go to your voters and say, I promised you this and I'm breaking my promise, you can have that conversation with them, but you're not having an argument with me.
So is there suddenly a reason to be more optimistic? Well, it depends on who you ask. Some Democrats now say that we actually should go over that fiscal cliff because the president will have more leverage with a new Congress, which will have more Democratic seats. Although those who are keeping a very close eye on our stock market and our country's bond rating would argue that's a dangerous prospect. On Capitol Hill tonight, Scott Thuman, ABC 7 News.